And so as we get started, Miss Owen, if you don't mind just pulling up that screen there, we've got a few folks that I would like to introduce you to. First off, I'm Dr. Simpson. I'm proud to serve as the superintendent for Foothills Regional High School. We also have Dr. Dawn Myers, and she is the Director of Student Services with Foothills. We have Miss Sarah Owen, who is going to be speaking to you as well and is driving the PowerPoint. If you could give them a little wave, Miss Owen. We also have Miss Melissa Griffin, who is a CTAE coordinator with Foothills. And so we're very thankful for you being here. And then we have Mr. Drew Todd, who works with Southern Crescent Technical College. So, and Mr. Todd will be speaking to you during this meeting. Is there anyone else from Southern Crescent here, or is that it, Mr. Todd?
I'm actually the only one that can make it this
Oh, well, that's fine. We know where to send our questions. So that is awesome. And we are so glad you're here. So we're here to talk specifically about the Emergency Medical Responder Program, but also to tell you about a unique opportunity for high school students in Georgia called the Accelerated Career Diploma Program. And the good thing is maybe this emergency medical responder cohort that we're going to be explaining tonight is just what you're looking for. But if it's not, if you have different career goals, there are other programs that qualify for the Accelerated Career Diploma Program. And so I'm going to give you a high-level overview, and then in just a few moments, Miss Owen is going to go more into the details of how this works for students. But this Venn diagram, in my opinion, is just a great explanation for why this is so beneficial to students. On the left side of the Venn diagram, you see acceleration. And you all know from your physics and your physical science classes, acceleration, when you accelerate, you speed things up. The Accelerated Career Diploma Program gives you students the opportunity to speed up toward graduation. Instead of doing the traditional 23 credits or 23 courses in order to earn your high school diploma, you have the option to do it with 9 required credits. It can't just be 9 overall. It has to be the correct 9 in order for this to work. But essentially, you're able to pair those 9 credits with technical college certificates to earn your diploma. And so it allows you to speed up. The other side of this Venn diagram is that career training piece. We all know how important it is for our students to walk out the door with not only a diploma, but also a plan and some skills and some experience. And so this Accelerated Career Diploma Program, right there in that sweet spot in the middle with this program allows students to speed up their high school graduation while gaining important workforce knowledge that is going to prepare them for their future. And as I said, we're talking tonight about the Emergency Medical Responder Program that will be hosted at our Butts County location. But we also have a program up north, probably wouldn't pertain to most of you on the call, in automotive. And we also have a fully virtual program in criminal justice. And Southern Crescent Tech offers programs even outside of those 3 areas where students can participate through that Accelerated Career Diploma piece. So cohort opportunities, I just shared with you the 3 that we are offering students at Foothills. The 2 that are reasonable based on your location would be the virtual criminal justice cohort and then the Butts County Emergency Medical Responder Program. And what we're doing with those, and Ms. Owen will talk more about this, we are packaging, working with our partner, Southern Crescent Tech, to package those technical certificates in a way that the courses work with your schedule and you just knock out those requirements in order to earn your diploma. But here's the great thing. You can also stay, right? If you have more years left in high school, we encourage you to go beyond just those 2 technical certificates and get additional credentials, maybe even a diploma or a degree. And so you have that option, and we encourage you to use it. Ms. Owen will say this later. I will say it again now just for emphasis. The state of Georgia wants to invest in you. They care about you, and they see you as a valuable part of our state's future. And so let them invest in you through this program. Let them invest in you. I also want to acknowledge that we could not do any of this if it were not for our great partnerships with our technical colleges, including Southern Crescent Tech. And so, Mr. Todd, I just cannot thank you enough for being here tonight to share some information about the EMR program with our students and our parents. So with this, at this point, I will pass it over to Ms. Owen. Thank you all again for being here.
Thank you. So we're going to start out by talking about what does the pathway to graduation look like under the Accelerated Career Diploma program. So like Dr. Simpson mentioned, you have this traditional diploma track, and then you have this Accelerated Career Diploma track that has these 9 high school courses and then these post-secondary or college certificates that have to be earned. And so with the 9 high school credits, it is very specific of which 9 credits you need, but it is very straightforward. You need 2 English, 2 math, 2 science, and 2 social studies. So it's about half of the academic requirements that you find on that traditional diploma path. But within those ELA math, science, and really just ELA math and science requirements, there are some specific courses that have to be taken. So in English language arts, depending on what cohort you're in high school, you may need Lit and Comp 2, which is the new course that now has the EOC associated with it, or you may have already taken American Lit with the EOC. And so that was a recent change, but your counselor can help you figure out which Englishes you need for that requirement for English. And then the other English can be any English course. So it could be Ninth Literature, it could be British Literature. You have options for that second English. With mathematics, the required course is going to be Algebra 1, because again, that's the class that has the EOC. And then the other math credit can be any other core math credit. So it could be geometry, it could be advanced financial algebra. You might have a math of finance or a foundations of algebra credit already. All of those can count as the second math. With the 2 sciences, one has to be biology, and the other one can be any science. And there are tons of science options, including those CTAE approved 4th sciences. So you may have taken a class like Essentials of Biotechnology or Forest Science or Essentials of Healthcare. All of those are approved 4th sciences within the CTAE department, and so they can count as your second science after biology. The 2 social studies classes just have to be 2 of the core social studies credits. So it could be government, it could be world history, it could be U.S. history, it could be econ, it could be any combination of those 4 classes, and you just need 2 of those. You also have to complete health and personal fitness. So those are the 9 high school credits, and then we're going to add those to a college credential. Now, this particular program, the EMR program, is a program that leads to licensure. So you're finishing like a TCC that leads to licensure. And so once you complete all of the requirements for that program, as well as your high school requirements, you can receive your high school diploma. And so you will graduate like work ready, career focused, or you may decide this is what I want to do and I have years left and I want to utilize all my dual enrollment funding and kind of continue on and take more classes and maybe even do like the emergency medical technician program. You have all of those options available to you.
So good evening, everybody. I'm Drew Todd with Southern Crescent Technical College. Thank y'all so much for having us here tonight. We're really excited to partner with Foothills to offer you this opportunity to get an accelerated career diploma. As you've heard, there are 2 legs of the accelerated career diploma. They're the high school courses that you take, those 9 classes that you have to complete on the high school side. And then there are the college requirements. And for the college requirements, it can be certificates for licensure, any 2 certificates, any diploma, any associate's degree. What we're going to be offering in Butts County starting in January is the Emergency Medical Responder Certificate for licensure. So if you complete those 9 high school classes and this certificate, you will be able to be awarded an accelerated career diploma by Foothills. The EMR cohort students will take 3 different courses. So to get that certificate, you're going to take 3 college classes. You're going to take ALHS, Allied Health Science 1011. That's an anatomy course. Allied Health Science 1090. That's medical terminology. And then EMSP 1010. That is the actual medical emergency medical responder course, where you learn the skills to become an emergency medical responder. So those are basic life-saving skills that can be helpful really with any job. You don't necessarily have to be going into emergency medicine. It's the kind of thing that looks good on any kind of resume. And again, we've talked about this when we met with a group recently in person. It's a college credential. So when you graduate with that accelerated career diploma, you're going to have your high school diploma that you can put on a resume or a job application. And you're also going to have a college certificate, that credential that you can put on a resume and a job application too. So you're going to be upskilled beyond just a regular high school graduate. So even if you don't go into emergency medicine, you may go into a career where you're going to have a resume and they're going to see, hey, this person didn't just graduate high school. They've actually taken college classes and completed a college certificate. So it's going to make you more attractive to employers. The classes will start in January. Our plan right now is to offer the 2 allied health classes, that anatomy and the medical terminology, in the first semester, and then the second semester to offer the emergency medical responder course. I know we've been emailing a little bit about the specific days and times, but it looks like it's going to be 1 or 2 evenings a week that you'll be taking those classes. The tuition, the fees, the textbooks, there is no cost to you for that through this accelerated career dual enrollment program. So it's very affordable. The college credits are free. And yeah, we're really excited about offering it. That's the real quick overview. And of course, if y'all have any questions, I'll be on and can answer those too. Thank you.
All right, so just to kind of recap all of the class requirements in order to receive the Accelerated Career Diploma, all of our sites have a lovely flyer that advertises this program, and on the back of that flyer is a page that looks just like this. And so this outlines all of the high school courses that have to be completed, as well as the 3 EMR courses down here at the bottom, labeled by the semester that they will be offered. So this will take 2 semesters to complete the EMR classes. And then depending on when you finish your high school courses, whether you're already done with those or whether you may have to continue working on those while you're taking the post-secondary courses, will kind of determine like when you actually finish everything. It could be that you finish your college classes and still have a module or 2 left in your high school courses, and that's fine. As soon as everything is complete, then you can be marked as a graduate. So you can use this to kind of track your progress throughout the program, or to meet with your counselor and kind of figure out where do you kind of land with these 9 high school courses, because a lot of students have 9 courses or more, but they may not be the correct 9. So it's important to set up a meeting with your counselor and review your transcript and really know like which courses you have that would fill in for these 9 high school courses.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. So Dr. Simpson mentioned the word cohort, and kind of want to expand on that a little bit. What Foothills is trying to do is to make this as easy as possible for students who are interested to enroll with Southern Crescent and have the support of Foothills. So if you will notice on the screen, sign up today. It's very easy to express interest, and it doesn't mean you're committed to participating. We just want to know if you're interested. And at the Butts site, we've had 2 meetings already and have 11 students who have expressed interest. So we're very excited about that. But you will notice a QR code. What you can do is you will just need to fill out an interest form by scanning the QR code or by visiting the website that is posted. And once that you complete that application, then what will happen is one of our site administrators or counselors will reach out to you and talk to you and parent about this program and to give you the details that you heard tonight, but just in a more one-on-one setting so that you can ask questions about any concerns that you have had. And Mr. Todd is here as well. And I know, have worked with Mr. Todd for many years. I know he would be glad to answer any questions as well. So we can always make that connection as needed. So right now, what we need from you is to know if you're interested so that we can contact you and explain this in more detail. And again, you can do that with the QR code that's there or by using that website. Also, on the next slide, just want to make sure that you know contact information. At the Jasper site, the contact information is the site director, who is Miss Renee Finley, and also Ashley Cook, which is the counselor there. And then at the Butt site, we have Miss Tracy Allen is the site director, and she's joined us, I know, tonight. And then Dr. Lakeisha Brooks, who is the counselor there. And both of these ladies, well, really all four of these ladies are very familiar with the program, very familiar with Southern Crescent, because we've done a lot of work with them for years. So they can guide you through what you need to do, you need to know very easily. So thank you, and I hope everyone will, if you are interested, fill out the application and give us a chance to talk with you a little bit more.
And we also have dropped the link for the interest form into the chat. So if you weren't able to scan, it is in the chat box for you to be able to click on that. So just some concluding points. We want to just kind of reiterate that you're going to be supported like from the very beginning through the end of this. So we're going to start out by reaching out to you if you say you're interested, going over kind of where you land as far as completing your high school courses. We do want students to be complete with at least 7 of those 9 required courses before they begin the program. But we do advise that if you can be done with all 9 before you get started, it's probably better for you, because then you can just kind of live in one school world. You don't have to kind of keep a foot in your Foothills classes as well as your college classes at the same time. You can just kind of focus in one area to complete the requirements in that area. Once you decide that you want to proceed with an application, our counselors are going to support you every step of the way through the college application, the funding application, all the paperwork, orientations, making sure you can access your college email account and sign into Blackboard. Everything that you need, we're going to kind of walk you through that process. So you're going to have a lot of support. I know it can be very overwhelming to just jump into that and then try to be ready to start by January. But we are here to support students every step of the way. During your classes, we are also going to be communicating with your instructor. We're going to have some weekly check-ins with them to make sure that you are attending your classes and that you are performing well on your coursework. And you can't just take the classes. You actually have to pass them and earn your credential in order to receive your diploma. So we want to make sure that if we start struggling at any point with the coursework, that we're able to intervene and offer some additional support or tutoring to make sure that you can be successful in these classes. Your mentor is going to continue checking in with you each week. And so you need to keep checking in with them, letting them know how you're doing in your classes, because they're going to be your easiest point of contact each week. You know they're going to reach out to you. So if something has come up and you've missed a class or you're falling behind and you need some help, that's one of the first people that you can talk to, in addition to just reaching out to your site counselors or administrators to get some help. We're also willing to kind of evaluate, do we need to add additional support at sites? And so if we need to add more people to kind of surround and support students as they go through this program, then we will definitely make sure that happens. We also want to make sure that you don't have any barriers to attend your classes or to be successful in your classes. So if something comes up and transportation becomes an issue and we're struggling to find some gas money to get there, if you will let us know, we can supply you a gas card. If you need any supplies for your courses, we are going to jump in and make sure that we supply those things for you. So Mr. Todd has also talked about how your tuition and your fees and your books are all loaned to you and they're waived by this or paid by the state. So that part is going to be taken care of. But if anything else comes up, we want to make sure that we can support you along the way. We also recognize that maybe your plans change. You may jump into this program, and right now that is definitely the thing that you need to do. But then later you may decide, oh, I've kind of changed my mind. I want to go this other route, and it would really be more beneficial to me to have like the traditional diploma. if that's the case, we're going to work with you to make sure you have what you need so that if you decide you want to go to like a 4-year college, you have everything that you would need to get admitted there, and we can talk you through those options. Mr. Todd also mentioned that like this is an entry point for a variety of careers. So you may be like, well, I really kind of wanted to do a firefighter. This would be a great thing for a firefighter to have. So it's not just that you want to do like an EMT or work on an ambulance or that kind of stuff. If you wanted to go into nursing, this is another great thing that you can do that's going to kind of give you a leg up on getting into those nursing programs. And then just to reiterate, the state of Georgia wants to invest in you, and they do so by kind of paying your tuition and making these college classes accessible to you. But we want you to invest in yourself by taking advantage of these opportunities, and then we are here to support you along the way. Okay. Sorry, my button wasn't clicking. So my contact information is here. So if you think of something later on or you need some more information, you are welcome to contact me as well, especially if you are not at one of our 2 sites and you just need some more information about Accelerated Career Diploma and you need to know who to talk to. Please feel free to reach out. But I also want to open it up right now. If anybody has any questions, you are welcome to unmute and ask your question, or if you want to drop questions into the chat box, we can answer there as well.